How are you doing? Today I want us to discuss the frameworks a data analyst should know before they touch any data. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever realized that you may spend a lot of time doing reporting, creating gorgeous dashboards, nice visuals, but at the end of the day you never get noticed or your reports never get adoption? Do you know what could be the reason? I have experienced that, and that's why I'm here. Though you live in Power BI, or you use Excel, or you use Python, whichever tool you're using for analysis, these 8 frameworks will help you to make sure that whatever you build gets adoption and is used to create impact in the business. And why that is, please stay around. Let's go through together these 8 frameworks. By the end of this video, you'll have a lot of engagements whenever you create a report, because these are the 8 frameworks you should look into you as a data analyst before you touch any tool. Otherwise, let's get to work. Okay, now these are the 8 frameworks. Here is an uncomfortable question I want to ask you. Why do some analysts get promoted while others keep building reports? It usually comes down on one thing. A report tells you what happened, but on its own, it changes nothing. So the people who move up are the ones who turn reports into insights. First of all, they are the ones who turn reports into decisions, insights, then insights into decisions and into business impact, which keeps in line with what you're doing. So data alone does not change business decisions. Your job is not to decide, to describe the past. Your job is to influence what happens. Now, today I'll walk you through a simple 8 frameworks that will help you think like a business-focused data analyst, even if you're just starting your journey. So we are going to start with the first one. That's what most people skip. Clarify the business problem. Picture your manager walking into and saying, sales have dropped 20%. And what is your thought here is, the instinct is to open Power BI straight away and you start building reports. No, resist this. Ask questions. Which products? Which region? Which customer? And when did it happen? A vague problem gives you a vague answer. A sharp question decides everything downstream. So the data you pull, the charts you build, and the decision you can actually support. So never start with dashboards, start with the questions. Then when you're done with that, seeking the clarity, clarifying the business problem, the next will be define what success actually means. In project management is you define a success criteria. Before you measure anything, if you cannot say what better looks like, you will never know whether you get it right. So set your metrics up front. Maybe I want to increase revenue, I want to increase profits, retention for customers, maybe I want to reduce on delay time for customers, or the complaint rate is high, I want to reduce that. So, and remember the line, if success is not measurable, it's not manageable. So the moment you can't measure success, then you can't measure it. Decide what's better means before you measure anything. So good metrics move up and down on purpose. Everyone has a direction. Number 3 is map the customer journey. Most problems in the business are hiding inside how customers experience them, experiences you. So you walk the whole path with them. Awareness, visiting their site, browsing, purchasing, delivery, and support. Because at the end of the day, where do customers live and what does it cost them to put in an order? So your question becomes simple but powerful. Where do customers live and what is it costing us in case those orders are not coming through? Step number 3, diagnose the problem. This is where the average analyst and the great analyst split apart. The average analyst stops at what happened. Sales went down. This is just a symptom. You're not dealing with the root cause. And it is very easy to spot on the chart that the sales are going down. The great analyst keeps asking, why? Was it late deliveries? Was it stockouts? Was it a pricing change? Was it poor customer experience? You keep digging until you reach the root cause. Because you cannot fix a symptom if you don't know what caused it. So diagnose the problem. Think of the solution as our number 5. Now we think of solutions, and the golden rule here is do not stop at the first idea. The first idea is almost never the best. So open it right up. Either you ask yourself, could automation help? Maybe do they need better training? Do we need a pricing change? Do we need marketing? Do we need to fix the process? Do we need an AI tool to support? Put several options on the table before you can even commit to any of them. Strong analysts generate choices, then narrow it down. Weak analysts will grab the first thing that pops out into their heads and spend the rest of the time or the rest of the meeting defending it. So generate more options before committing to one. Don't settle for the first idea. The first idea, the best one is rarely the first. So our step 6 is experiment. You do not have to bet the whole business on a hunch. Don't create the current idea. Test it small, run the version A, your current approach against the version A against version B. Get more ideas, run it more and more, then follow the loop, pilot it, measure it, and at the end of the day, you'll have the small tests beat the big guesses every single time you retry, because you are letting the evidence pick the winner instead of the loudest voice in the room. Test ideas on a small scale before betting big. So our 7th step is choose the best solution, and choose it with evidence, not opinions. A simple decision matrix does the job beautifully. List your options, then score each one of them on cost, on impact, on ease to do. Suddenly the winner will always be obvious. For the highest business value, for the effort you have involved, when you present it this way, you'll always have good recommendations, and it will not be a personal preference, and it becomes a decision the whole room can stand on. Have the cost, have the impact, have the ease. So at the end of the day, you choose out what is ranking higher, so the winner takes it all. And the last one is iterate. In agile project management, we say iterate. Do it as many times as you can. Create that business value early. So, and this is the one that compounds. Iterate. Impact is not the finish line. It's a loop. You have to launch, you measure, you learn, you improve, and you again launch. Little sharper than before. So every release feeds the next one. And you as an analyst who builds this it's a real reputation that you carry on. And at the end of the day, you're going to reap big. So even when you're creating a report, create the first version, get feedback from the stakeholders, create another one. The better way you'll find that you have improved this in the long run of making several loops. Otherwise, from data to dollars, we use the Netflix loop. Users leaving, you get the data together, you have recommendations engine, more watch time, and higher revenue. So we have seen this Netflix using it. They spotted a problem, users were leaving, so they ran the data analysis, found what was driving these people away, and build a recommendation engine to fix it. So when you finish a movie, they recommend something else that is related to that. That's what in analytics has to be done. Analytics doesn't just describe the business, it grows it. So skills every great data analyst needs. First of all, looking at the technical skills get you to the door. Business thinking gets you promoted. So first of all, business thinking. What we are talking about all is business thinking. SQL, Excel, Power BI, Python. Communication skills. You can't explain the report you developed, then you are not an analyst. Storytelling. You must change the data into a story using AI tools. Right now, you must be knowing at least using all the AI tools that are used to do some analysis or data analysis. So before we wrap up, let's talk about the traps, because dodging these alone will put your head most of the analysts out there. One, jumping straight into Power BI. No business objective. You start reporting without a business objective. Too many charts, crowded dashboards, too little insights. So a dashboard is not a decision. It's not. It is just a reflection. Ignoring stakeholders. You get feedback, but you ignore them. You do what you feel you want. You build the reports for your liking, not for the usage of the stakeholders. Never running experiments. You have a lot of hype, you have released the report, you have published it there, and then you have given it to the users to try out and make decisions. No, it doesn't work like that. So run as many experiments as you can. Test the data whether it is authentic. Test the data integrity. Then our takeaways, here we go with 1, understand the business. Measure what success means. Follow the customer. Then diagnose the root cause. When you're done with that, test your ideas. Then choose with evidence. When you do that, keep improving. And the moment you run through all these 8 workflows and you have all the takeaways with you, I can tell you, you will be a good data analyst and your reports will never be neglected. You'll be the greatest advisor that business has had. Otherwise, keep watching Sabtech Online. All our platforms are open. Subscribe, please, such that you can have videos like these. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. Please tell us what you need next. And visit our website, www.sabtechonline.com. Otherwise, I meet you in the next video. Bye bye.